This is Max. It is Thursday, April 30th, and I'm going to do a quick, no fluff summary of the day, the trading day, under 10 minutes, best trades, and just go from there. All right, so first of all, I got questions about this right here. So I drew this red trend line where some people had an error, and this is not right because if you notice here, you have this trend line off the first two swings right here. It's fitting neatly. It's a short-term trend line typically off the closes because it's within this trend. And so when you have a swing and you think it fits here, this is all this is still one move because the break and the retest are all the same move. So that's why this trend line is incorrect. Okay. Let's see. All right, so basically today was pretty simple. Started off in a pretty steep trend right here. This measured move didn't end up working out. Let me get rid of that. But look at this trend line, okay? A healthy trend line is 45 degrees from corner to corner. This thing is like, I don't know, 30 degrees. It's just too steep. And so what happened was, and this is pretty easy to anticipate, is you had a break of this channel that's just way too steep, right? A break, two legs of correction, one leg, this is correction, second leg of correction, and then we went into a more healthy 45-degree angled trend. Look how this trend is basically going into that corner, okay? So we had basically two legs down, not a measured move, and then really at the end of the day, you're kind of going sideways, but you also had this mini uptrend that was in play. So let's go through the trades. Like I said, really only going to mark the best trades because there were a lot of trades that did set up, but they weren't like perfect. So I mean, why not take a perfect trade, you know? All right, so let's see. 6:30 happened right in here, right? And obviously we have this two-tiered channel, and the reason I like this is because there's congruency between this little channel working here. So you have the short-term channel within the long-term channel, and so you have the EMA, the midline, and the first break of this channel all lined up right here. We're probably not going to get to the trend channel line. And that's exactly what happens. You got a new low, pullback, first entry, then you're pulling back, pulling back. Here's a second entry. Not a fantastic signal bar, but if you know what's going on, um, that's a pretty good trade. But we'll make it green for more advanced traders. This is the better trade, so you want more evidence to know that the trade is going to continue to go lower, right? And so you want to wait on a lower high. And there you go. Boom. This ticks over one over this, and you draw your trend line there, and you expect to go retest this low. And so that's an excellent entry there as well. Okay. Again, we get a break of this mini trend line. We go to the midline again. And this is a nice second entry. You got a new low, pull back first entry, pulling up, get people breaking into the midline. And so with this trade here, I wouldn't really go long right here at the end. So I wouldn't go short at the end of this signal bar. You'd want to go short right under this signal, right under this bar. And so if you understood what was going on and you anticipated that, um, it's a good trade, but I definitely wouldn't trade here into these matching lows. Then we get the break, of course, and so what are you expecting from the break? Correction, right? I thought it would be a two measured legs up, but that didn't happen. There's your first leg right there. and then there's your second. We didn't get anywhere near that. What does that tell us? We're probably, well, okay, we were 6 points off. But we were short, so more than likely, once you get this trend line confirmed, you want to trade to the downside. Another thing about that is if you notice, there's probably longs. I mean, there's good long setups within this, but if you want to be a really good trader, you need to be able to be disciplined to not trade corrections and get with the bias. And so that's really what you're looking. That's how you're going to get that very high percentage win rate, 95 plus. What everybody's looking for is to avoid temptation and looking for longs, because the overall bias and the big picture is we're probably going to get, some type of correction, another leg down. So just wait until this is all over and then get back with the downtrend once you get it confirmed right here, you know? So anyways, we get the break, we get some correction, we get a leg down and a correction. And so right there off your first two swings is a possible trend line. I actually had, and I think everybody had it like this at first, right? But when it overshot down here, see how it fits neatly there and there. When it overshot here, you have to figure, okay, there's probably a midline going on. And so you take this original channel. Sorry, when you get here, you drag it to the low, and then you make a midline about an equal distance, and you can see that fits pretty well. All right, so we get a leg down, all right, and we get a correction leg, and then we get this trend line confirmed right here. So you touched it once, twice, three times. Really, you had it confirmed here, and you have a break and a new low, break and a new high. You could argue for that trade. That could be marked green, but I think this is the better trade because you got that high, you test it once, you test it twice, you got a double bottom, first entry, pulling back, boom. Anything past that's a second entry. I like that. I mean, there is congestion. You have to know what's going on there. Um, so yeah, all right, let's keep going there. What do? We get another two legs down to this part of the trend line that we talked about, breaking a new close outside of this trend line, a new low. Then we get another mini correction, a close outside, a new high. And where does it bounce? It bounces on the trend line, okay? And so that's pretty aggressive to take. I mean, you could take it, but the better entry is waiting on the lower high. And so there you go. That's a first entry long. It technically isn't because it doesn't tick higher, but it's hidden. If you went to a smaller chart, you'd see a little tick higher. So there's a first entry long, pulling back, pulling back. This anything past this is a second entry, not a failed second entry. And so people who enter this trade are being undisciplined. They don't really see the big picture. That's a horrible signal bar. It's a doji. It's uncertainty. It's all the suckers go in and they get reversed on. Boom. Put your order right there, one tick below. You got plenty of room to at least the midline, and that's where we go. You confirm that trend line there. That's your true failed second entry long. So, I mean, let's look at that. You could take that as well, as long as you got room into these lows and still to the midliner right here. And so, yeah, basically pretty easy day, pretty predictable day. Um, kind of boring. So I just really want to do this chart lesson for a couple people who've been asking, and they're kind of getting over max, 50, 60-minute videos. And so this is a simple, easy video. You had a trend line that's way too steep. You got a break. You go into a flatter, healthier channel. You really can't get that measured move, and it just kind of goes sideways. Oh, actually, I think we did get the measured move. Let's check that real quick. Let's see. In the overnight. there's leg one. And drum roll, please. Ooh. So we got to 28.52, and the measured move was at 28.49. 3 points off. Not bad. All right. I'm sick of trading for the day, so I'm going to wrap this up. Just over 10 minutes. Hope you enjoy. Good luck and get better every day.